Hey everyone, we're at the end of another year. 2022 has come to a close, and yeah, I mean, for me personally, it's really difficult to know what to say this year because it's been super quiet, which, to be honest, I think is exactly what I needed. After the chaos that was 2020 and the depressing spiral into madness that was 2021, 2022 being just kind of another year where nothing hugely significant has happened in my personal life has been a really nice change of pace. If you watch my 2021 look back, you know that year was a real up and down for me, going from some really cool times to the lowest I've ever felt. And 2020, the year before that, well, you know, that was just COVID central. But this year, like I said, nothing has really happened, which is, you know, it's kind of... Like I said, it's refreshing. It's nice that I've not had to end one of these talking about, well done, we've made it through a really difficult year, because for me, it really hasn't been. It's been a very nice, kind of smooth, plain sailing year, which I'm very, very grateful for. That's not to say, though, that if it has been a really sucky year for you, then good on you for getting to the end of the year and making it through and living to fight another day, really. In terms of big old life events, well, I, continued in my current job, which I'm very, very happy at, very grateful for, and, really proud to work for the place I work for, and, yeah, I love it there, and that's really been a huge chunk of the year, is just kind of... being present within that job and, trying my hardest to do the best I can there, really. I did get COVID in March, which, after 2 years of avoiding it, it finally caught up to me. And the frustrating thing with that was I was working from home when I had it, which I got really antsy by the end of that week, because I felt fine, I felt like I could go out, but of course I was still doing the tests and I was still coming back positive, and it was so frustrating because I just wanted to be back out there and kind of back in the office and everything. But c'est la vie, I made it through that week. It was a long week, it was a long ass week, but yeah, made it through that. So I had COVID this year. I guess I can tick that one off after avoiding it for a couple of years. I turned 21. That's pretty significant, I guess. I don't know, I mean, I've always kind of... For me, 18 has always been bigger than 21. I think 21 is an American thing that we've just kind of inherited, because when you turn 21 in America you can drink, whereas here you can drink when you turn 18, so it's not as big of a deal. But yeah, I turned 21. That was, like I say, significant in my life, I guess. Like I say, other than that, really, there's nothing that springs to mind immediately. It's just been a very pleasant, kind of going through the motions, but in a good way kind of year. It's been very, very quiet. Although I must say, I also kind of feel like I've kind of been almost a bit passive with certain things. Like things have just kind of passed me by and just gone, oh yeah, that's another year kind of blows by. So I think one of my goals going into 2023 is just to make the most of things a little bit more, and maybe make things a little bit bigger than they were this year. But saying that, like I said at the top of this video, I think just having it be a bit quieter and a bit more peaceful than the last 2 years was just a nice, refreshing change of pace. So I'm grateful for that. There was a particular incident in November this year that really kind of rocked my family, and it wasn't a very good time. I kind of went AWOL without, from social media and everything, and it was not a very good time, but we made it through, and things are looking better now. So we're ending the year on a good note, I think, and I hope you are too. I really hope your 2022 has been everything that you've wanted it to be. I hope that you've kind of achieved certain things that you wanted to achieve this year, and I hope going into 2023 that you are happy and healthy, and I hope the next year is exactly what you want it to be, and exactly what you make it, really. So just looking back over the last 12 months for the channel, I mean, wow, it's been a huge year of massive growth. I mean, for starters, the first couple of months of the year, we hit 1,000 subscribers, which is incredible, and I said it all in the video. The video I made was very much like, I couldn't quite find the right words I wanted to say, so it's very rambly, but I just want to reiterate, thank you so much to anyone who's ever given this channel a look. and just anyone who's ever stumbled across my channel and giving it a watch and liked what I've been doing. You make this all worthwhile, and hitting 1,000 this year I did not expect to, but I got this huge kind of wave of views coming in on the Spider-Man 2 video I did last year, in the wake of No Way Home coming out, like from December up until, I want to say, March. It was just this constant barrage of attention on that video because the algorithm was really pushing it. So I've got that to thank for it, really, and I'm just so, like, bowled over by the lovely comments I've got. And yeah, 1,000 subscribers, I still can't quite believe it, so thank you so much. So I think in terms of growth, it's been an overall great year for the channel. Me personally, though, I've been a little bit disappointed within myself with how I've managed the channel. 2021 was such a year of expansion and growth and creativity. I felt like with 2021, I was pumping out a lot of new stuff and a lot of kind of stuff that I'd never done before. This year, I kind of feel like I've dropped the ball on keeping that consistent a little bit. I've not made as many videos this year. I guess just time-wise, it's been more difficult. But the videos I have made have been very kind of... I'm really happy with what they are, and you know, I think I've made my best videos ever this year. But also, I think there was just not enough of them, and I kind of neglected that balance that I had in 2021, where there was a, you know, bit of collection update, bit of like fully edited video essay style content, bit of everything. I've kind of neglected that balance this year, and next year I really want to bring that back. I really want to bring new people in again, expand the content that I'm kind of creating, and just return to that balance that I used to have in 2021, which I think I've lost this year. But in terms of best videos of the year, I really love doing the best of 2021 that I did to kick off 2022. That was really fun to just look back on the kind of pop culture that I've devoured this year, and I plan to do a very similar one for 2022, so look forward to that in the coming weeks. I've continued the audio commentaries with Isaac, bringing that series to a close and then reviving it a little bit in the last couple of weeks, and yeah, I think our final ones were some of the best ones we ever did, so yeah, will we be back for more? Hard to say, but yeah, it's always fun doing those, and I'm glad that people enjoyed them. Then I made the Life is Strange ranked video, which did very well in terms of views, and I still get kind of comments on now from fans of the games, and again, I really enjoyed that one. Making it was so, you know, I always love talking about Life is Strange. It's one of my favourite, well, it's my favourite game of all time, and talking about the rest of the franchise was something I had a very big desire to do after making my video on the first game last year, or in 2021. So making that was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed doing it, and it seems people liked it a lot. That was the first kind of video essay style video of the year, and yeah, I was really happy with that one. Then, of course, the biggest one of the year, Spider-Man 3, the Editor's Cut. That was a beast of a video to make. That is hands down the biggest video I've ever made in terms of research, in terms of the writing, in terms of the editing. I worked my arse off for that one, and I'm really happy with what people have said about it. People were really kind in what they said. I was hyping it up for a long time, and I think it you know, I'm really glad people enjoyed that one. The copyright stuff was an absolute nightmare for it. It took me ages to get like the disputes sorted out, but eventually it all worked out, and like I said, that video is it may be my favourite thing I've ever made on the channel. I don't know, I think the Life is Strange one was very personal, so that's probably the thing I'm most proudest of, but the Spider-Man 3 video was just so much work, and it was so gratifying when comments started coming through, and it got a big push on and initially it did really well because I uploaded it during the Release the Raimi Cuts trending event, so that did really well there, and yeah, I was just really happy with the response to that one. Then we got a new Doctor. Ncuti Gatwa got announced as the Doctor, and I obviously made a video on it, but just talking about that, really, you know, I did not expect to wake up one Sunday morning and have a new Doctor on our hands, and obviously now we know so much about what's happening with the new era, but God, I'm just so excited, and he looks so good, and yeah, really excited. Then I was back with more Raimi content as I did my Spider-Man trilogy collection video, which I was so nervous about, because that, when I was filming it, I was just thinking, this is just boring nonsense, but it did really well, and it kind of rode the hype of the Spider-Man 3 one I did, and got a lot of really nice comments. The Raimi videos I've done this year have been my biggest, I think, just because, yeah, it obviously attracts Raimi Spider-Man fans. It's obviously a popular... It's a popular niche. It's a niche, but it's a popular niche. And so I think that's really why. And people seem to enjoy that video, the collection video. I like I said, I was super nervous about it because I was just like, this feels so dull. But people seem to like it. So yeah, that was really fun to do as well. Then from there, it was straight into Derry Girls 3 because that show came back and wrapped itself up. And that was another challenging one. Writing wise, it was great because it was a great series and it's a great show. It was really about summing up my thoughts on that show throughout the years, from the first one way back in 2018 right up to now with the ending. And so writing it was just another excuse to wax lyrical about how much I love the show. But yeah, editing wise, getting the footage from series 3 was so challenging, and that's why there's like really poor quality clips in that. And it did well. It's done very, very well, actually. It's one of the most viewed videos of the year, but it didn't do as well as I was hoping, considering that the first two Derry Girls videos I made were huge. So I thought this would get more, but obviously it's still done very well. But then I noticed that although it was fine for a few weeks when it was exclusive to the UK, the series itself, I mean, as soon as Series 3 got uploaded to Netflix in the US, because obviously Netflix handle the international distribution of it, the video got blocked, and I didn't get any notification about this until I went back and checked. Netflix blocked it worldwide, which really pissed me off, because it was like, okay, well, it was fine for Channel 4 when it was in the UK, but now, of course, as soon as it's on Netflix in the States, it gets blocked. And so I disputed it, and it was fine, and the views have picked back up again since, so that explains it. But yeah, if you could give that a watch and share it around and do all that fun stuff, I'd be super appreciative of that, because yeah, Netflix kind of screwed that one over, sadly. But still, I shouldn't be complaining. It's got a lot of views and it's done really well, and yeah, any excuse to talk about that show, I will happily take it, and that might be the last time I ever talk about it now, because it's all wrapped up. So yeah, give the trilogy of videos I've made on Derry Girls a watch, because some of my favourite videos I've done. So yeah. Then, me and Gav launched the Polarity podcast, and we really loved doing it, and the response was really, really solid, and it was more challenging, and it's led to us making some changes, because we will be back for Series 2. I know a few people have been asking. It has been delayed because of stuff that went on towards the latter half of the year, life stuff for both of us, that meant we couldn't do it when we wanted to, so it has been delayed, but we will be back with Series 2 next year. It may have a new home, or I'll say that it'll have a new home, but one thing I really learned is, we are going to be changing the release schedule of it, because, oh boy, getting those edits out week on week, I did not expect that to be as hard a task as it was, and it really burnt me out by the end of finishing that series. It was, yeah, it was a real, I did not expect the editing to be so time consuming. And obviously Gav had to make the thumbnails and everything, and we really kind of realised, okay, if we're going to keep continuing this, we need to stop burning ourselves out. Let's change the schedule for next year. So that's what we're doing, and more info will be coming soon on Series 2, but suffice it to say that has taken up a lot of the year on the channel as well. It's been that podcast, so, and it was a big success, really, overall, and on Spotify as well. So if you haven't listened to it, please do. If you like Doctor Who, and if you like RTD Doctor Who, you may enjoy that one. So please give it a go, and everything will be well in the world. But yeah, Series 2 coming at some point 2023, early 2023, hopefully. So yeah, look forward to that. Then after bringing back the collection updates for a bit, there will be another one coming soon. I'm aware that I dropped the ball again, losing them, but there will be another one soon. And I also did a look back at the 13th Doctor's era in ahead of Power of the Doctor. Didn't do too well in terms of the old view count, but I am really proud of that video. I think it was really kind of like I hit upon a formula which I then repeated for my horror video, the tier list that I did, which did do really well. Both those two videos, I've hit upon a formula of having me talking to the camera but intercutting with footage and images and stuff like that I think works really, really well, and I think it is really effective. There is an editing mistake in the 13th Doctor one though. It's quite funny. I'm talking about poor editing in the show, and then for about a minute the whole video goes out of sync, and it's a complete mess until the next cut, but I find that quite ironic given what I was talking about. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with that video. Again, if you could give it a watch, that'd be lovely. It's a bit outdated now because I'm talking like anticipating for the Power of the Doctor and Jodie's regeneration and stuff, but yeah, I'm really happy with that one. And likewise for the horror tier list one, really fun to edit that one, and to make and to film and to talk about all these films that I love. It was it was really great fun, and I'm really happy with the response on that one. I really thought that one would kind of bomb in terms of views because of the topic. Horror doesn't do too well on my channel, but yeah, it really kind of brought people in, and it was great. I really, I really enjoyed doing that one, and I really enjoyed reading the comments, even if some of them were a bit baffled by my opinions. It was yeah, all good fun. And then recently, the last kind of edited, fully edited video of the year was the Christmas TV episodes one, which was a bit of a lighter one. It wasn't a huge kind of workload on that one. It was kind of a nice way to bring in Christmas and to end the year. I had intended to do 4 edited videos this year, like video essay style ones, and I succeeded in that goal. 4 is like my yearly kind of goal to do those because they take a lot of work, but I think 4 works well. So I did Life is Strange, Spider-Man 3, Derry Girls, and then finally the Christmas video with the 4 big kind of heavy hitters, and then the tier list video and the 13th Doctor one. Really proud of those as well. The actual content that I've created has been really good. I just have in my opinion anyway, just kind of blown my own horn there, but I've just kind of dropped the ball on the balance of it and the variety. So hopefully I'll fix that into 2023. And plans for 2023 then. It's going to be a big year. It's the 10th anniversary of my YouTube channel, and I do have plans for it to look back at not just the last 10 years of the channel, but the last 10 years of my life. Like, this is what this channel is. It's my life. It's a record of my life for the last 10 years. So hitting that 10-year milestone in July, I am going to be commemorating that, because it's a very kind of significant thing for a channel that's become very personal to me. So I'm going to be commemorating that quite extensively. As I said, it's just about getting that balance back, that variety, growing my content again, really. You know, this year has been another year of incredible growth, and hopefully 2023 will follow in those footsteps. And you know, I've never really done this for the audience and the accolades and stuff, but it's over the last 2 years especially, like, increasing the production value of my content has been really fun. And yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of expanding even further, and who knows what might happen in 2023. It's not only is it the 10-year anniversary of my YouTube channel, it's the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who, so lots of Doctor Who stuff coming around November, especially because obviously that's the anniversary month. And yeah, 60 years of Doctor Who. Doctor Who was what launched the channel. I am obviously going to be putting a lot of Doctor Who stuff out next year, so look forward to that. But yeah, it's really just improving on what I've done this year, and celebrating that 10-year milestone. And yeah, like I said earlier, just being more present in the moment, really, and not letting it kind of slip away like I did at some points this year. So yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. Like I said earlier, I hope you've had a great 2022, and if not, I hope you have a much better 2023. I've got a really big feeling about this year, 2023. I've got a feeling that it's going to be big and monumental, and just like stuff's going to happen. And I've got this is all just like, I have no idea why I feel like this, but I just feel like it's going to be big and exciting, and I cannot wait. So 2023, let's do it. The happiest of New Years to you all. See you on the other side.